the Main Course Podcast. This is episode 4. It's been a nice long journey, very blessed journey. I'm here with some Black Kings today. We're gonna talk about a lot today, gentlemen. How y'all feeling?
Good.
Blessed.
Blessed.
For sure.
Prepared.
Excellent.
Well, I must say, man, we done a lot of shows already, and this lineup right here, man, I was probably the most proud of, honestly. I got my mentor right here, Chef Mike, Demarion. I ain't gonna lie, man. I've been watching you, looking at you for years now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Spread Love, you the homie, man. You the homie. Yeah. T-Mac, again, man. I look at you as, as a role model, as a husband.
Appreciate that.
As a positive Black male in this community, man. So all y'all tables, man, give y'all props, man. I'm proud of y'all, man, and again, I'm thankful, man. Honestly.
Props to you. Props to you.
Same thing.
I think we all saw something special when you first came on the
Facts.
scene. I know,
Facts.
right? Like I remember, because I remember hiring you for something. Like you was
Yeah,
a kid or something.
you did.
And it was just a bright light. I was like, all right, bet. And you went hard, bro. After that moment, saw you in the news regularly.
Yeah.
It's shared. It's
I
mutual.
think advocacy matters. When the people I use for everything we do, we all went to school together. So we went to Mill, went to Upper Bound. So when we sit at the table talk about, okay, so if you can't, who can? And my chef told me there's only one person that you can hire if you don't hire me. Otherwise, we're not having the event. And I'm like, okay. He's like, no, I'm dead. Serious.
Wow.
If you can't get Marcus to come in for us, we need to move the date for the event. That's the only person I would allow to come behind me to do what we've done. And he came into the Father's Day event, and I called Chris. I said, Chris, you might need to pass the torch on that. He's like, I'm here for it. If that's something he can do,
Awesome.
we can pass it. The advocacy is crazy. And then when your son your kids tell you a lot about what's going on. And I didn't really put two together. It was when his son went on the college tour with us. We had a lug night, and we got to talk about dads and how they showed up. And he was like, man, my dad just different. I said, in a good way. He said, both. My dad different. My dad has shown me everything that he's told me. I said, you different, because my daddy told me and showed me two different things.
Right.
Yeah.
So if your dad has told you one thing and actually backed that up, consider yourself
That's
fortunate.
solid. Yeah.
That's awesome.
You fortunate. And I'm not supposed to talk about Lug, so you really can't. Lug is a safe space for the kids to be able to vent in that space.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I was like, man, I ain't gonna tell your peoples what you said. So they talk about their parents, but he was like, man, my dad. And I think he was in trouble. I think y'all was beefing. They was going at it right now. Man, we gonna see eye to eye. He said, but I tell my dad what he do. He'll show me and he'll tell me, and then all in line. I said, man, you blessed. Consider yourself blessed. Yeah.
Hey, man, that's dope, man. I ain't know that for one. And honestly, right now, like, we still trying to rebuild, that relationship right now.
How old is your son?
16.
16, yeah, that's that age.
That's that age.
That's that age.
Yeah.
They think they're amazing.
Man, come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about it. I don't mind sharing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got some trouble in school, and
He owned it.
yeah, he did own it. He is
I
on
can
the
respect that.
on the better path right now.
He owned it.
But like I told him, man, like I said, it hurt me the most because I'm like, well, man, for one, like I don't sell drugs, I don't smoke, and you know about what I've been through with I got 2 brothers that passed away from the streets.
Right.
So I'm like, that shit scared me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I'm like, I got 2 brothers that passed away from in the streets, whatever, and then you doing the same
And you
shit
don't
they
want the
did.
same cycle for your son. No,
So
absolutely.
I was like a different person. Like, man, I was like going hard on him, like going through his social media, going through his phone, going through all his conversations. I had him switch the rooms from the basement to his sister's old room and upstairs next right by me. He ain't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like it. I mean,
He's not supposed to.
Man, you heard me.
nah.
He's not supposed to. Like,
Yeah,
I tell my son, I work out twice a day. I know the day's coming. I work out twice a day.
Yeah.
And my son looked at me like, Daddy, I said, I just want you to know, I have to work out twice a day. So whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Man,
Right.
yeah.
Because I know it's coming, whether it be conversational or physical or both.
Yeah.
But you know what? My son is 33. And my daughter's 36. And we went through the same thing, at 16. And really all through college, because he pledged his first or second year, got into fraternity life, and then, started drinking and doing all of this stuff. And we eventually kicked him out because he just was not listening. I was going off on this little Negro every day about something, you know. And then by the time he turned 26, 27, it was almost like the light just went on. And everything that I had taught him, everything that God had imputed into me, everything I got from my father, everything I'd gotten from my mother, all of a sudden just made sense. I say that because a lot of times what happens with us, especially as fathers, see, we want to see the things that we teach them work right then.
Right now.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes we're not around at all. Like half the stuff my father taught me, he died out, so he didn't get to see.
Yeah.
You know,
The fruit that he laid.
but I will tell you that he's listening. He's listening, and the more that he seems like he's not, the more that he is. You know, sometimes you got to work it through your brother or your cousin or something like that. My mother would tell my uncles to tell me stuff because it just sounded different coming from them. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I want to echo that too, is being a father of I got two grown sons.
Okay.
My oldest is 30, he's 31, and my youngest is 28. And when I tell you, man, the way those boys, and I'm gonna be honest, y'all, when I was raising them, right, I was really chasing after my music career hard because I was in the industry, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that I really gave them the priority that they deserve because I was thinking about how can I provide for them? And the way I want to provide for them is in the music industry. I was not there like I thought I should be, right?
Sure.
But when I tell you how my boys tell me how much of a wonderful father I was and that I am today, man, it brings me to tears. And they tell me all the time. And I'm thinking like, I remember when growing up, my youngest son used to always say this to me, Dad, you mean, Dad, you mean, Dad, you mean. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you saying, Michael, like 10, 12 years later, they appreciate the lessons that I gave them. They appreciate the things that I was pouring into, even though it came from a different. It's a journey though. This thing is a journey. Life is a journey. You know what I'm saying?
Making it sound it's quick. It sounds
the years
like
do go by. The years go by
quick.
quick.
30-year-olds already. It's like,
Yeah, the years, and I don't know about you, but I miss it, man. I miss because once they become grown, you're no longer
Get control.
raising them no more.
Yeah.
So you have a different relationship. Now we're friends. I'm friends with my boys now. When I was raising them, guess what I would tell them all the time? You're not my friend. We ain't friends.
you sound like me.
48
You
hours.
sound
We
like
ain't
me.
partners. We ain't friends. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it becomes that. So just be patient with the process. Understand, like he's saying, he's taking in everything you telling him, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard times because he is a young man.
Yeah.
But he's going to, the things that you are sowing in him 5, 6, 7 years later, when he becomes a man and he gets that wisdom, he's going to appreciate you and he's going to make you cry off the words he tells you. Because I'm telling you, I've cried many days just off of the words my boys have told me about how important I am to them in their lives. They call me. My boys be calling me, like, checking up on me, like, Dad, you good? You good? My son called me today, just put me up on new music.
Yeah.
Like, it's a real relationship. And I don't even think I was the best father that I could have been. But
we're all fathers. How many everybody got? What's,
Two.
I go last.
Okay, you go last?
2.
2, 8,
16 and 9.
16 and 9.
both boys?
I ain't got no girls.
Yeah, me.
Stop it.
I said I got two, 36 and 33. My wife about a month ago asked me.
Okay, yeah.
She said, is Marcus married? I said, I don't know. I said, but I know he's got 37 kids.
Oh my God, he said 37. He's 37, bro. And you joking, of course.
No,
right?
I'm joking.
So
I'm joking.
you got 2, T got 2.
I got 4.
You got
Four.
I got 4, 13, 8, 7.
Okay, I ain't too far behind you.
You
then.
got girls though. You got any girls?
Yeah, I got both boys, 2 boys and 2 girls.
Oh, you go.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I got 6.
You got 6? Ain't bad.
How many girls, Mike?
2 girls, man. I got Will, 16. I got T, he's 15. Josiah's 10. Malia's 9. Then I got 3-year-old twins, a boy and girl.
Hey, see, that's why you got 6. You got
Twins. The twins killed
You got
you.
twins, yeah.
Yeah.
Twins killed you out.
Man.
For those who got girls, like what's that
I was
experience
just
like?
about to
'Cause I can't relate to that.
I can't either, but
I'll go first, man. Girls, man. One that got me wrapped around their finger.
That makes two of us.
my babies.
Really?
Them is my I gotta protect them. I gotta make sure they're good and they know it. Like girls, man, it's different. 'Cause I went boy, then I had my girl. Then I had my twins, but a boy and a girl. But them girls, man, it's like I love all my kids, but the girls, man, it's like it's something special. And like I said, they're daddy's girls too.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? They all about daddy, like daddy this, daddy that. They daddy's girls. You know what I'm saying?
Is the love different from the girls versus the boys? Is it a different type
Oh,
of love?
100%. I mean, my
Yeah.
daughter, my 9-year-old man draws me pictures. You know what I'm saying? Birthday, Father's Day. The boys didn't think about this thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I think it just looks different.
Right.
It just probably just looks different. I know. See, mine is a little different in the sense that I've got one daughter, one son, one daughter, but I got 4 granddaughters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to kind of put things into perspective, in May, the month of May every year, my mother-in-law's birthday is May 5th. My wife and my middle granddaughter are May 7th. The anniversary of my father-in-law and mother-in-law's passing is May 14th. My daughter's birthday is May 19th. Her husband is the 23rd. His mom is the 24th. My second to youngest granddaughter is the 30th. And then there's
Wow.
Mother's Day. You know what I mean? So I just pull the checkbook
Yeah,
out.
you
and
pull
just
it out. Yeah,
who I make
yeah.
this out to.
Right.
But it just with my daughter, it's just I've pulled boyfriends out of cars.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
play, with her.
I feel that.
And she's married now, but when she was in high school, she'd just be like, "He's out there tripping, Daddy." I'm like,
But
"Yeah, come here, son. Let me have a talk with you."
Right.
But my son, it's always he's a mama's boy.
got you.
You know what I mean? So I always think my wife is being too easy on him. My wife thinks I'm being too easy on my dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
So
it's a trade off. I don't do anything different with any of them. I don't treat them either one of them different. Except for when it comes to like physical things, right? So like
sure.
bathrooms. Like my boys, like both y'all get in the shower and get out. Like
Yeah.
I'm watching both y'all, we got hurt up and get to bed type thing. But other than that, I don't really separate much. And I would say the biggest, it ain't no difference. Like I don't adhere to the. I have to treat my daughter like this. Like I have to be on her. I have to be
Right.
vigilant of her sexuality and what she's doing. Like her mom is overprotective enough.
Yeah.
I can be the advisor. I can be the enforcer. I can be the wisdom guy, and I don't really have to be harder on her than my boys, or vice versa. And honestly, that's what the balance is for. Like my boys gravitate to their mother, like you said, they're mama's boys, right?
Yeah.
So they gravitate to their mother, and my girls both gravitate to me. So it's like I just kind of take it in stride. I don't really do nothing different, and I don't want to put those stigmas. Like I'm so afraid of being overbearing on one issue, and then that issue flips the script. So you have to. No, I don't want you talking to no boys ever. Don't you ever talk to a boy. You should bring home a girl, which is fine.
Yeah.
If she decide that, that's fine. But
You don't
I
wanna
know that
traumatize
it was
her
my
either way.
trauma that
Yeah.
I'm putting on her that made her choose that. Like,
Exactly.
So I want her to I just always want to exude positive masculinity. If y'all read, Bell Hooks got a book called The Will to Change. All right, The Will to Change. It is a great book. I recommend every man read that book. It's about masculinity, patriarchy, and something else. But it put into perspective the toxicness of masculinity. Because masculinity ain't gotta be toxic, right? There's a popular phrase. It's good that we have the phrase so that we can name it when we see it. But we've all experienced positive masculinity.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it exists, and we just have to figure out how to exude that at all times. You know what I mean?
Hey, question, man. I got a question for Demarion. What part of your faith journey are you still wrestling with as a man?
Marriage.
Marriage. Okay. Why is that?
I think I started my life extremely promiscuous,
Okay.
and it became a norm. I normalized it,
Gotcha.
and then I tried to justify it,
Okay.
and then I compared it to my dad, and I felt like if I'm not making illegitimate kids, if I'm not spreading STDs, if I'm not drugging women, if I'm not breaking any laws, it's okay. And I think God said, no, I put you in this particular seat to where so many people are watching you that it's the moral thing you need to be worried about because you don't want people to think your behaviors are okay. And they start duplicating, not knowing what traumas come with them. So my faith walk is about just not being afraid to commit and then not overcommitting. I'm one of them people when I focus on, I hyper focus on something. If I want something done, it becomes almost dangerous, almost like Snowfall. Like he wasn't addicted to selling drugs, he was addicted to being successful. And he became over hyperly focused on being successful and not processes and not protocols and not pathways. So
why does that impede you from marriage though? Like why can't you?
I think for me it's just I feel like that I have not allowed myself to see enough success in that space to try to say, okay, it's going to work for me in that favor. I have not allowed the person that's been in my life, which is Chase's mom. Tasha's been in my life for 7 years, and she's shown me everything I needed to see. It's about me making sure that when I go in that direction, I give her everything she desires or deserves because I've drugged her long enough. I've drugged her. So my faith walk is all about the ability to be able to commit with my life.
You know what type of man you want to be.
I know what type of man I'm going to be.
Your husband you want to be.
I know exactly what I'm going to be. And I think the funny thing is I know what I'm not going to be. Right? I think marriages, you don't play with that. I think that is not something to toy with. When you do that, you do that. And in our friends group, my friends that are married, the conversation is different. We're not even going to play with that. If I got something going, me and you probably won't talk about that because you're a married man. I'm not finna even try to let you live vicariously through me because I know you got to go home, right? So there was a level of maturity with my friend circle that had to grow. And almost all my friends are married or about to be married.
Yeah.
I know what it is. Again, I know what I want to do, how I want it to look. So my faith walk has been more about commitment than anything.
That's dope, man.
Love it.
That's dope.
You're probably more ready than you think you are. Just based on that last couple statements that you made.
I think being at this table has validated that me.
Yeah,
To hear you all talk about marriage in a way of balance, a way of safeness, a way of vulnerability. I think I've been looking for more validation in the spaces that can affirm me. And you just never know what table God's gonna put you at that says, listen, I'm surrounding you by what I want you to.
So the married kings in the room.
And I'll say this too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you about to touch on it. I was gonna say the married kings in the room, like, you know, what advice? Cause we in the same boat, you know what I'm saying? Me and you, like, I'm not married right now. I used to be married, but not married right now. Like, what advice could you give to that statement right there?
Don't go into a marriage thinking you're gonna be a perfect person or a perfect man or a perfect husband or even marry the perfect wife. There's no perfect marriage. It don't exist because we're not perfect people. Marriage is a process. Guess what me and my wife do? And people look at me and Irene like we a power couple. And we are, but
I
it's
do.
Same with us.
I would.
The power couple things comes from the community looking at us and seeing us build something and it being a success. That has nothing to do with our marriage. Nothing.
Right.
That has nothing to do with our spiritual commitment that we made to each other before God. It's two separate things. We're still working at the marriage. We do counseling every other week.
Really?
Every other week we're in therapy, counseling. Every other week. Because we have found what we have to have because we are business partners as well. Because we have dynamics to our marriage, right? Since we decided to become business partners, right? We have to learn tools to exercise to be able to have that balance. When do we turn off HH and 12, turn off being business partners, and it's just T and Irene, husband and wife? We're still learning how to do that. We went through it right now. I shared with y'all earlier. Me and my wife ain't talking right now. We ain't talking for 2 days. I'm talking about not a word. Not a word. And it has nothing to do with our marriage. We fell out over something that is dealing with business. but it overlaps into that, and we'll be fine. We'll be fine once we, once we have our marriage counseling again. We're in that safe space to talk again. But the point is that I'm saying to you, as you see people look at us as a problem, we're still working on our marriage, and that's a everyday thing. That's an every hour thing. That's an every minute thing. We're striving to be the couple that God wants us to be, and it's a process. It's a journey.
There is no kit of materials at the very beginning that say if we do all these things, it'll be successful. There isn't. And I think a lot of times as men, one of the mistakes that we make is we think that if we have ABC before we get married, then that'll make it all right. No, it just doesn't work that way. You can have the best job, you could have this, you could have that, all of these things, and it doesn't necessarily mean, because see, the thing is what you have to be honest about with marriage is we're gonna grow together, because ain't neither one of us for real ready for this. Not like we think we are, because
never ready.
Yeah, because you're dealing with you're not dealing with a corporate structure. You're dealing with emotions. You're dealing with outside situations that come in. Loss of jobs, gain of jobs, arguments over things silly, just having a rough day, all of those things. So you all are building a union together, and when you was talking, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking, oh, he could get married next week. He literally could get married next week, because you want to, because you hang around all married people. And if they're not offended by you being there, that means you're married adjacent, which means you almost there. You know what I mean? And I think, here, let me give a prime example of what happens in marriage when you've been together for a long time. Because we go by Ephesians 4:26, which says, never let the sun go down on your wrath, which means that we don't go to sleep mad at each other.
Y'all do the same thing too?
What?
Yeah.
Go to sleep mad at each other?
We are now, but that's a tool you shouldn't do though.
Yeah, but
but there's gonna be times where that happens. You understand what I'm saying? Even in our therapy, we got the tools. Some things still take us out of the element.
Sure, absolutely.
We're human.
Absolutely.
But that is a rule. You should never go to bed mad at your spouse. You shouldn't. Yeah.
So let me tell you what happens now. We got in an argument. This has probably been last year. We got in an argument, and I was hot. I was fired up. And I'm just gonna talk like we was talking. I got in my car. I said, I'm out of here. Got in my car and started driving up the road. I get a text from my wife, and it says, when you come back, bring some wings, nigga.
I love it.
You know what my response was? You know what my response was? What flavor? You know what I mean? Because we're in a space now where we know that it ain't whatever we're arguing about, it's not. We know each other too well. And then plus, here's the part that most marriages get wrong. I'm not afraid to say I'm sorry. First.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to say I'm sorry. I was wrong. I didn't do that right. Neither is my wife.
Yeah.
And y'all 25, you say
we've been married 25, we've been together 31
though.
Yeah.
So what's something that your wife knows about you that the world doesn't know about you?
Well, I can say this now. It's getting better, but I have anxiety attacks.
Gotcha.
Here's one that you didn't know. Do you know that I have an anxiety attack before every single catering and private chef gig I do?
Wow.
Every single one. And the only person that knows what's going on is my wife.
Your wife.
You smoke weed?
I'm a minister. Yeah. So, not the ministers don't smoke weed. I don't. Listen, I don't. So I used to a lot.
I'm not saying that's I just know most people who deal with anxiety normally have.
No. Let me tell you what.
I'm not prescribing.
No. I understand.
I'm not promoting weed.
Let me tell you what my anxiety and a lot of people's anxiety is based on. You know what it is? What if?
Okay.
What if? What if this happens? What if I can't do this? What if this happens? What if I don't know how to do this? She is the only one that knows. She'll see it happening, and she'll say, she'll call over, Chef Shay or somebody, whoever's working with us at the time. Come over here and do this real quick. Chef Mike's gonna sit down for a second. You know what I mean? And she'll come over she'll pray over me.
Yeah.
We'll talk, or I'll
That's
just
the
kind of
wife right
sit
there.
there. Or my son, he knows. So he'll come over and he'll sit down. And my son, he thinks he's a comedian. He'll come over and be like, man, I remember that one time. You know what I mean? And we'll get talking about that. And again, you're talking about somebody, and I'm just saying this out loud. You're talking about somebody who has an extremely successful business. Anxiety attacks every single time. And she knows that, and she knows how to handle it, and she doesn't look at me crazy, and it doesn't come up in arguments either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now when we was 10, 15 years in, it might have came up.
Yeah.
That's why you're crazy. You know what I
those
mean?
tools,
Exactly.
Those tools, you learn those
time.
tools along the way.
Yeah.
Hey, T-Man, question for you, man. How do you keep that faith and that balance in your marriage? Because you're going through it right now with your wife, you said. How do you keep that faith? Sorry. How you keep that faith and that balance when prayer is not an answer like immediately?
But prayer is always the answer though. Like prayer is our conversation with God, right?
Yeah.
So I do, before I married Nyree, that I asked God, could I marry Nyree? So I know that I'm supposed to be with Nyree. I'm supposed to be her husband. She's supposed to be my wife. So no matter what we're going through, I know what our relationship is based in. And it's not on sex. It's not on the business. It's not on having this trophy wife in my arm. And really the foundation of our marriage, really, you know what it is? We best friends. And that's what your relationship has to be based in. You got to be best friends. And so that's how I keep the faith, because I know eventually this is how I know how we're gonna make up. You know why we gonna make, and he already knows. You know the reason why we're gonna make up? Because we're gonna miss our best friend.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's strong.
After 2 or 3 days, right? I'm gonna be like, damn, I miss my best friend. She gonna be like, I miss him. And we gonna find something.
So we on day 2. You already missed your best friend.
Yeah. I'm on day 2 and I miss my best friend. But keep in mind, I'm right in the next room. I'm in the guest room right next door. You know what I'm saying? So I feel her spirit. She feels mine. We feeling everything together. When she comes out the room, my heart's pounding. I'm getting excited. Is this gonna be when we make up? Oh, not yet, but I know it's coming up. So I keep my faith because I know what our marriage is based in, and what it's based in the fact that I know God has put me in her life to be her provider, right? Her protector.
Yes.
And I know that, and she's my best friend. And I'm her best friend. So eventually we're gonna miss each other. We're gonna end up back together. And that's what your marriage, I think that's really, when people ask what is the thing that keeps marriages together and makes it a success, it's the friendship that you have with your life partner or your soulmate. It's that friendship. You know what I'm saying? And unconditional love. Because that's what unconditional love is. I mean, and you can attain it no matter what she says to me, no matter if she punches me in my face, no matter if she goes on social media and blasts me, right? No matter what she does, unconditional love means that I still love her no matter what. I can forgive. I can do what you said. I'm sorry. And say it first as a man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that unconditional love. And it cannot be selfless. It has to be selfless. It has to be selfless. Yeah. It has to come, it's got to go outward, not inward. Because if it's inward, it's about you. You got to love outward. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what keeps my faith. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that I know our marriage and the foundation of it is God first and friendship.
If even with them not speaking right now, let me say something negative about him in front of her. She's still gonna be don't play that. Right. I may be mad at her. But you can't.
Not too much.
You can't. Not too much. That's another thing too, y'all. Like I'm not telling y'all anything that she hasn't given me permission to say publicly, right? Like, she's given me permission to talk about our relationship publicly.
Okay.
Because last year around this time, the devil always is in cycles, and usually around this time every year, the devil will mess with our relationship in the fall, around her birthday, November, October. You know, because last year around this time was our anniversary. We fell out. You get what I'm saying? And we got back together again. It's just how it. But that's how the devil moves. The devil moves in cycles like that, especially when he's mad because your marriage is working and you blessed, and other people see that and they're blessing you. Because 2 weeks ago, I saw another chef that was in Myers, and you know what she said to Nari about me? She said, the way your husband treats you, every man should treat their wife like that. And Satan got mad, dog. He got mad for like a month, and he was plotting. He was plotting for the right thing, you know what I'm saying? To trigger our relationship. And he does this. This is just a game he plays. And you just gotta know that. You just gotta know that. But that's faith, though. You know what I'm saying?
There's certain parts when it comes to your marriage that your wife doesn't know, you know what I'm saying, about you? Like how you feel as a man, as a black man, as a person.
Nah, I would say no, because y'all know me, I'm an open book. I'm very expressive. I'm
curious to hear you answer that.
Yeah, I'm an open book.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sitting here listening, kind of taking in everybody's experiences. I don't approach marriage in the traditional way that y'all and most people, especially because I think we got 2 generations at the table. We got like those late Gen Xers, or we got Gen X, and then millennials, right, and older millennials. So it's like, I don't adhere to the traditions, and to me, marriage is the business. Like, you're married, and you say you got married in the business. In my mind, the marriage is a business, and the raising these kids is the business. Us building both of our dreams separately. I don't like marrying, like, she has her life, I have my life. Where they meet, we talk about, we go through. But I allow her to exist, and I want her to have a life. Like, I want her to be independent with me to lean back on. Same with me. Like, I would like to be independent in things that I want to do, but have her to fall back on. And that's kind of how I'm approaching marriages. So when it comes to parts of me that my wife knows that other people don't, there's plenty of that. And then there's also parts of me that she knows, but she can't stand. She don't like, right? She don't. She when it comes up, it's not a. We're not trying to be on each other's level, or like there's compromise involved. Like, we're not trying to pull each other from the side of the spectrum that they're on. We're just trying to find a compromise. What is the common ground? What can you handle? What can I handle? And how can we continue this business, this agreement? I always see marriage as an agreement. It's like,
you seen it like that before y'all got married?
huh?
Y'all both had the same kind of thought process before marriage?
No. I had the stronger views on marriage. She had the more traditional one. She's older than me too, so I'm married to a woman. She's 7 years my senior.
Wow.
I've always liked older women.
Same.
I'm not a.
My woman's 44.
Yeah. I can't.
Same.
Can't deal with it. I don't know what it is, but I want to be taught something. Like, I like a woman that can teach me something, right?
Love it.
But beyond that, because we're in different age ranges, we going through things and seeing things from different places, right? She's 44, so when she had her midlife crisis. No, so I do this. I say this all the time.
Yeah.
I had a midlife crisis and got a girlfriend. She had a midlife crisis and had 3 kids by me.
I love that.
Hilarious.
Yeah. That's a bar.
You know
Rap bar.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a rap bar.
Like being aware of that.
Levels to this.
It's levels.
Right.
And being aware of that and being able to communicate and being able to grow with each other. Like y'all said, you grow with each other. So like, we never know where each other is in that growth, but we have to communicate to say, hey, this is where I'm at as I'm growing. And you got to be okay with that. You got to be able to push through that. So yeah, there's plenty that my wife knows about me. I would say one thing that she knows about me that other folk don't, or that I don't show. It's so funny you say you get like panic attacks and anxiety. Like my business is art and multidisciplinary. So I do poetry, I do acting, I do visual art. I'm a playwright and a screenwriter. And those things, when I'm juggling, I get into periods where I want to indulge in one or the other. And everybody kind of I don't know how people see me. I try not to think about it. But I imagine everybody sees me as this very strategic, competent, executing a plan. But there is no plan. I'm just literally kind of going with the flow. Whatever falls in my lap, I'm taking what opportunities present themselves, I'm going for it. I have a general area where I like to hit, but for the most part, I'm just floating in the world. And she sees that and supports that floating. Like she understands the chaos of it. Even though she wants security, I would love for you to make up your mind. Like I would love for you to settle on something so we can move on. But she gives me that space, and I'll say that's one of the things.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I got a question, man. I'm gonna probably go first in this one. How do we handle conflict in relationships? And I would say my battle situation when it comes to conflict, man, it's just I get scared. You know what I'm saying? I get scared, honestly. I'm like, man, it's in the world. She gonna leave. What do I do now?
Where did that come from, Martin?
Trauma, man. Trauma.
Trauma from who though? Mom, dad.
Childhood.
Yeah, man. Childhood trauma. Childhood trauma, man. My grandparents raised me. My mom had to basically ship me off when I was 6. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So like, I talked about that in the past episodes as well too. But ship me off, never came back to get me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, like, shit, I'm gonna leave now. That's something I'm in therapy right now for that shit.
It's called anxious attachment.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask you, what's the diagnosis? That's a diagnosis. That's a real thing.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Anxious attachment, or it's pretty much
And abandonment too.
Yeah,
Abandonment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. And I realized through this therapy, like this is why I got 2 marriages, and 6 kids. Relationships have been successful the way that I hoped for. All my kids have been made with love. Like all their moms have been, either I married them or I was engaged to them. Something like that.
But these weren't flings. These were women you cared about.
Yeah, and they all have 2 of me.
Yeah,
My first one has 2, middle one has 2, the last one got 2. Of course they're twins, but that's something that I've realized. Even talking to my last kid's mom, actually like on my birthday. She come to my birthday. It's like, first of all, she knows my birthday on Thursday.
Yeah.
So she called me just to express how she felt, about, how we dealt with our relationship, how I dealt with our relationship when we was together or whatever. I was like, damn.
From a negative standpoint?
I mean, I guess from a transparent standpoint. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fair.
So, from a transparent
Not
standpoint.
good or bad.
That's fair.
It's not bad. Just, hey, I need you to check in something like this because
Hold space.
this is the reason why, I'm saying, I hate you right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like, I did that. Like, I had to think, like, I gotta check myself, like, shit. All right, this, you right, I gotta take this one on the chin. This is my fault.
Based on that, do you think that you have unresolved or unspoken kind of issues with her or with other of your baby moms?
We can't say baby mama.
What are
Queen of the kids.
Queen
Queen of the kids, I love
Sorry.
it. Queen of the kids, I love it.
Queen of the kids.
Shay
We
looking
can't
like-
get rid of the term baby mama.
Yeah, I feel you.
Some women are baby mamas.
Yeah, we can't say it no more.
Okay.
But
They
say Shay.
That's like they can call each other B words. You know what I'm saying? We can't, you know what I mean? So they got
Yeah, she can't.
we can't.
Yeah.
Queen of the kids.
So
Queen of the
repeat
kids.
the question again.
Just based on her making that statement to you. Now, how old are the kids with her? How old are
The 3 twins.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Based on
Very
that
young.
statement, would you say that there are unresolved issues, say with her or other women involved. And the reason that I'm asking that, the only reason I'm asking that is because you said, you talked about fear of conflict. And a lot of times when people fear conflict, there's a lot of issues that remain unresolved.
Short term, yes, 100%. There is some unresolved, conflict issues with the first two as well. The first one, my boy's mom, Will and Trinity, they're 16 and 15 now. You would think that, we'll be in a better space now. But it's been 17 years later, whatever, and we still not in a good space.
But what's the root of that though?
I remember I asked you this question. It was at a gas station on 3rd Street, the Thorns. I got memory like that. This is like 10 years ago, whatever. I asked that question. I'm like, why? He said, because I felt like you came in my life, you gave me 2 kids, and you left me. And my response was, I wasn't trying to do that. First, she's 10 years actually my senior too. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of getting locked up, getting put in jail for shit I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So I had to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was my thing with you. And like I said, we should never even looked at each other. That was a situation where we were not meant to be. I got married when I was 21 years old, and I was divorced by 23.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got 2 kids together that we got to raise, you know what I'm saying, together.
But that was the purpose, though. The kids were the purpose, yeah. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, you're right. And man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm in a different space right now this week, because my boys are going through it. Because actually, her mom's actually in the hospital right now. So she got diagnosed with cancer.
Oh wow! Sorry to hear that.
Not just
same woman you're talking about right now.
Yeah. My ex-wife, my boy's mom, and it's like lung cancer, brain cancer, stomach cancer.
Oh,
like 3 mammies. And it's like I'm in a difficult space, like I said, because we ain't never got along.
And you're gonna have to really be there for your kids.
Yeah, just considering what would in this space, what would be good for her?
What would be good for them?
So we also talking about a woman. Now, so I get what y'all saying right now. I was talking about a woman that literally hates my guts. I get ran over by a train tomorrow morning, and she'll probably throw a party.
I'm saying for
That
them.
really didn't have anything to do with it.
I know.
Staying in the place.
I get it. I get that. And I said that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm struggling with right now.
Okay, can I say something real quick though? And this is simple. I promise you. Don't stay in the problem. Work in the now and the solution. How can you resolve it? Like answer that question differently. Let him ask you that question and then answer it differently, but don't stay in the problem. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't stay in that she hates your guts. Stay in a place of where
What can we do to move past this?
Because this is now. The fact she hates your guts, that's coming from something that happened in the past.
Sure.
A lot of times what we do as humans, we deal too much with in the past,
Which can't
what
be
can happen in the
changed.
future. You know the only thing that's important to God and us as men, what can we do right now? That's the only thing we can control. That's it. And I'm coming from a place, bro, I'm a divorcee, right? But when I got divorced from my wife, because I'm a foster child, right? So I understand them abandonment issues.
Okay.
But one thing I promised myself when I was and I'm sorry to take this over, when I was in the 3rd grade, I promised, I said, Lord, I'm going to have kids by the same woman and get married. And I made myself that promise, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't live out, right? So, because I was divorced, but when I divorced my wife, my first wife, I promised myself, I said, she's going to be my friend for life. She's going to be my friend because she gave me the 2 most precious gifts that any man can receive. And to this day, I divorced. It wasn't a good divorce, bro. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It was not a good divorce. Me and my kids fell out when they was teenagers. It was hard. But to this day, me and my ex-wife were good. She is family. She's my family. She's my wife, my current wife. She's her. She's our family. Anastasia Tate, she still has my last name. She's our family. That woman's your family. Y'all tied. That's your family.
Marcus, I'm gonna speak to some. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
in a conflict where I'm raised by a single mom.
Okay.
I'm the youngest of three. My oldest brother spent 17 years in a federal penitentiary. The year he got sentenced, we was at Shackler Elementary, and somebody did a current event on my brother. It was Robertson's class. And I'm like, my brother's with his dad. That ain't my brother. And then I got called to the office. They're like, are you okay? I'm like, no, my brother lives in Georgetown, Kentucky with his dad. He plays for Scott County High School. They're like, yeah, but he also is finna go to federal penitentiary for 224 months. I'm like, that ain't 224 months ain't bad. Until you divide it by 12.
12,
I'm like, well, there's 17 years. So, but my mom, that year that her son was in the federal penitentiary, she got a job at JCYC that same year. My mother became a whole different person. At 10 in 97, like my mom was mean, but at 37, looking back at 97, my mother was scared. So how I dealt with conflict, how my mama dealt with me, we look conflict like this. You can avoid that at 10. Even when I did something, I get a referral, come here, we're gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna beat your ass, but we're gonna have a conversation too. So I spent my whole life saying, I'm gonna do this. I think sowing seeds of faith came out of my ability to look at a problem and say, okay, there's a solution somewhere near. I may not have it right now, but it's somewhere, it's somewhere close.
Yeah.
And with my son's mom, Josiah's my oldest, he's 15. I left Tennessee State University to come home and raise Josiah, right?
Purposely.
My mama called and said, you can't be a daddy from 187 miles away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Transfer. I talked to my football coach, your mama called me last week. Locker already empty. Your mama's not playing. And I'm not, he said, I don't coach athletes, I raise men. My coach was like, it's been cool, and you're not going to the league, nigga. So let's just keep it. You're not. So let's just clear it up, buddy. You know what? You're right. Let me get on back up the road.
Right.
At 10, when my son turned 10, I found out he wasn't my biological child. You talking about a hate?
Oh, wow.
I'm talking about a sincere, I need to go talk to somebody before I hurt somebody. I had a genuine hate. Hate in the Bible is to wish death upon. I had a genuine hate for this woman. And guess what my sister said? It's your family.
Your family.
Whether y'all share blood or not, he been living with you for 10 years, ain't no turning back. And I was like, I'm cool then. I ain't got no kids. My sister said, yeah, lie, you got two. So when you talk about and that was the only conflict, I couldn't even look her in the face and be like, because I was that angry. Because I feel like she lied. And I feel like you didn't have to. Because 9 times out of 10, I probably would have raised them anyway, just off the strength. But I think God had to say, nah, we gonna do this part like we did all the rest of them. Head on. Changed my life, bro. So and guess what? You seen her talk about your son's mom, Josiah's mother, had a hysterectomy Monday. He's been with me his whole life. He stays with me, lives with me every day. We locked in. He goes see his mama every week. You gotta go have a relationship with your mom. You only get one. But you talking about some health issues, and she got 6 kids. My son number 2 is 6. So I had to learn how to forgive her so that I can raise him. Because if I didn't, I would have raised him to hate her.
Yeah.
You know, and this isn't directed at you in particular, it's just in general. You know, conflict, in order for conflict to exist, it needs 2 things. Engagement and 2 people.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Engagement.
Because it's got to be confronted.
Engagement meaning that both parties are still actively involved in the conflict.
Yeah.
Okay. And by having 2 people, you can't, by having 2 parties, essentially, if you take one of those out, you really don't have a conflict. Conflict then becomes with you, yourself.
An internal conflict.
See, a lot of times, I have learned, and again, I tend to think, I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest person at this table. Not that that really necessarily means anything.
How do you?
55.
I'm 51. You right. You got.
Black don't crack,
Black
man.
don't
Both y'all talking about getting
Man.
30.
I'm
I was
like, man,
like 30.
that was 13. I'm thinking like they started early, didn't they?
Thank you, my brother.
Black don't crack.
I'm gonna speak on that though.
But you
Make sure we
know,
bring that back up. I want to speak on that.
but you know, I have learned that a lot of times, because I'm gonna be real honest, and I guess everybody can say this. If you really look back at your life, there are a lot of people that you probably did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the honesty is admitting that, even if you didn't, but there is some kind of conflict between you and that person. Sometimes, if you just say, I understand and I want to apologize for my part in this, but we can't keep going back and forth with this. We got to come to some solution. Help me understand what you need from me, because we can't go back. We have to move forward. And in your case, for the sake of our children, we have to be able to do this.
I want to.
So what do I need to do?
Bit.
Huh?
Push back a little bit.
Okay.
Think for an era that works. In the millennial world, it's a level of maturity that comes with your response.
Well, level of maturity, and I totally agree with you. A level of maturity is universal.
Mm-hmm.
And maturity doesn't stop with millennials
Yes,
or
sure
Generation Z.
It's saying cold down.
Yeah.
Go back and get it.
I think what
Now.
you're talking about is the ability to maybe put it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in our generation,
Yeah.
it was tell all your friends, tell all your family,
On the phone,
whatever that looks
communication.
like on that level.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I think the thing is like the one thing that you just a person who's wanting conflict cannot defend against is a mature person.
Mhm.
There's no defense against that.
Nope.
Someone that'll apologize, take ownership of it,
Mhm.
then address
own
it
it.
head on. There's no
Mhm.
defense for that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because see, the thing is like, and when I talk about the conflict happened to have two people, if you do all those things and she still wants to go back and forth, it ain't on you no more.
Mm-mm.
It ain't on you. Because now, I used to have an ex that used to do the same thing. Every time she saw me, it was, you did me wrong and this and that. And I said to her one time, I said, you know, every time you see me, that's what you talk about. And it's upsetting me only because that means that you think I hold the key to your happiness, and I don't. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Your happiness, your joy doesn't stop and start with me, you know, because we can't go back and you have to move forward. I've apologized. I've done all these things. At this point, I have to absolve myself from the conflict,
Mhm.
you know, and I think that's helped me personally a lot, and more so, and if we're being all the way honest, more so with relationships with my family.
Mhm.
I got some, in my family. I mean, I got some folks
You know
in
what
my
I call
family.
myself and my family? I'm the kid on soul food.
Well, I'm trying to keep
The-
everybody
the-
together.
Trying to get everybody together.
Trying to get everybody together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's me and
You
my
the little boy on sofa.
and I think one of the best things that ever happened to me and my family was I became successful.
Mhm.
One of the worst things that ever happened to me and
You
my
became
family
successful.
Became successful. Yeah.
I became successful
Yeah.
in their version of success.
Sure.
To them, what they would deem as
Yeah.
he's doing well.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it comes in the black family. It comes a lot of responsibility, which I openly took on. It's just when you again, it's my mom and them. They got their own issues amongst their sisters, and ain't none of my business. But what happens is it bled down.
Right.
It bled down. So the conflict with my family is probably a little different than how I would handle conflict in my relationship with my family. I'm gonna talk pretty bad to you.
And let me say this
Out of
too.
love.
Let
Out of
me
love.
say this too,
Out of
real
love.
quick.
Respectfully.
And this is kind of directed at the point that you made.
You make, yeah.
It is okay to separate yourself from people sometimes.
Mhm.
Some people that you love, that you have to be in close proximity to, you still have to separate yourself,
Mhm.
because now you're damaging my spirit.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to being a terrorist in my life.
I gotta take this on.
But see, that's the thing he's talking about. It's like
Mhm.
you can't separate it because she's going through what she's going through, and I can't. Like I have to be there for my children and mend this relationship before, like with the time that I got, right?
Mhm.
Even though she probably cuss you out on her deathbed. You know
And
what I
that's
mean?
okay.
Like,
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean,
Is it that?
yeah. You're grown, man.
What
You're
can you do
okay.
about it? You gotta, like,
I ain't about to
you
wipe.
can't control how
I ain't about to
some
wipe
stuff,
your
you know what I'm
face. Go like this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, about
You
to
don't
hit
want
him.
to be. You don't want to be the dude
There
on
you go, you
YouTube.
got it.
Have you
Man
ever,
cusses out
Right.
a dying woman.
Right.
have you ever
Right.
have you ever, I'm sure we've all heard
You
this
might
term.
want the clicks.
Meet people where they're at.
That's hilarious.
How do you
Meet people,
meeting people where they at? To me,
What does that mean? Yeah.
has been dangerous to me.
But it's not.
What does that
it's
mean,
not
though? What does
dangerous.
that look like?
Hey, you remember the story? You remember the story of Jesus when he went to the well with Mary Magdalene?
I remember Mary.
Did he meet her where she was at?
We talking about Jesus.
He absolutely did. But with a pastor at the table, right? What are we called to do in our lives, bro?
Be more like him.
I think you just can't do that with everybody.
But it's not.
Sure you can.
It's not.
That's exhausting.
It's just
as hell.
human, bro.
Sure you
It's just a
can.
human
To
thing.
meet people
Sure
where
you
they at, everywhere,
It don't-
I deal with a lot of different.
You know what you heard? You heard me say, "Be soft."
Nah,
Don't hold people accountable.
I'm just saying, I don't have to stoop down.
I see.
I don't want
There
to-
you go. That's what you said.
I don't want to have to stoop down to people's level who
That's
I know.
not what that means, though.
Hold on.
That's not what that means.
What does that mean?
To have to come down and entertain people's level of ignorance or inability to
So
learn
in
or
order to
desire,
talk to them, you have to act like them. Is that what you're saying?
you have to use a vernacular in which they would understand.
Oh no.
No.
In our
Everybody
generation, that's
You got to speak a peculiar language.
Y'all really got to start practicing.
For it to be received. You want to receive it, right?
You gotta see. Listen, let me tell you
Lance
something.
is like, I am a.
Because I'm in the middle with both of y'all. Like I'm not. I don't. Yeah, right. Best friend love. Because I'm definitely on the meet them at their level, but you have to know who is even worth it.
You got to be grounded.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, you gotta be grounded. Absolutely.
Like
Exactly.
some people ain't even
Absolutely.
worth that.
Yeah.
Like,
So maybe that's probably where I was going. Maybe it's just some people be like, you got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But even with that, who is it that's not worth it that you would
I
think
mean,
is not
people.
worth it?
If we got kids together, you're
Yeah.
worthy.
It's a fact.
That's at the very least.
Yeah.
You my neighbor.
Yeah.
You're worthy. Like you know,
Yeah.
I see you every day. You next to me.
Yeah.
You some dude on the street. I don't know. I ain't never
You ain't
met in
got
my
no
life.
I want you to
Yeah.
learn a statement.
Somebody on
This
Facebook.
will help you
I
out.
agree.
I want you to learn this statement. My brother-in-law taught me this statement. If you like it, I love it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. That's one of my.
Listen, at some point, I'm looking at you and you saying all this, and I'm just gonna say, if you like it, I love it. All right. Because it may not be, from a Christian standpoint, it may not be my ministry at that point to talk to you. You know what I mean? It may be somebody else that can see. A lot of times when you're talking about get on people's levels, a lot of times what that means is this may not necessarily be your fight. This may not be your time to minister or to get in and talk to them on that particular. Exactly. A lot of times, and you know me.
You ain't here to save the world.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
Me.
what my prayer was for 2025?
What?
Lord, give me discernment on who
Yeah.
who's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to a pastor say, I want to go from if faith to win faith.
Mm-hmm.
Not if it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. But with that, you got to have a level of discernment
Yeah.
on who
Yeah.
and not what.
So let me give you a prime example of that.
Yeah.
The second time I had a conversation with Marcus, what did I tell you?
Quit your damn job.
I told him to quit his job. I said, you need to quit your job. We was in a kitchen cooking.
Wow.
And I was getting ready for an event. He was getting ready for an event. We talked for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I said, Marcus, you need to quit your job. That's just discernment. Now, I wouldn't say that to everybody.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that to everybody. But from the conversation that we were having, I saw it.
Okay.
It was almost like,
Could you stop right there real quick?
sure.
He met him where he was at.
Mhm.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's what that statement means.
Mhm.
Because he just
Me
said,
talking to
'cause
another
he just
chef.
said,
Yeah.
He just said, I ain't gonna tell that to everybody. You know why?
Right.
Because that other chef, he gonna meet him where he's at.
Mhm.
He may not be where Marcus was.
Mhm.
That's what that statement means. You're
Mhm.
meeting every individual, every human where they're at. I'll meet you where you at, bro. I don't treat you. My relationship that I have with you ain't gonna be nothing like it's gonna be with Michael. Got two different people, two different dynamics, two different personalities, two different circumstances in life. Meet people where they at. I can't meet him where you at. Y'all two different people. You ain't married. He married. You know, he got it's that's what that statement means. You know what I'm saying?
I think part of your issue, quite honestly, and this isn't a bad thing, considering what you've said while we were at this table, you help a lot of people, don't you?
Yeah, don't even.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
I mean,
it's
crazy.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. As you get older, what you will start to realize is you're not going to be able to help everybody. I don't care how strong, how much effort you put in it, you're not going to be able to do it because sometimes you want it more than they do. And that goes not just with sports or anything, but I've learned that when I'm giving people advice or talking to them, after a few minutes, I'm just like, they don't really want this like I do.
You know, I receive that in every world except when dealing with kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think
yeah.
because I deal with kids at a very, very high quality.
Sure.
And I think I can identify when I know a kid really wants something, they just don't have the resources. They don't have the foundation at home. And it's hard to be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna let you go through. Like, I know you're about to get locked up. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna spend some time. And I'm like, man, if I can just introduce him to marketing, let him get one cooking gig.
Yeah.
If I can take him to tea and let him write one rap, if I can get him one poem with Lance, and you be knowing these things, if I can get you just one conversation away from everything changing. And I think my discernment is God is saying, he can't have that conversation yet. It ain't gonna manifest the way it will unless he go through what I need to take him through. So that is a hard thing for me when dealing with my favorite two marks, understanding when it comes to youth, when and when not. One of my biggest pet peeves is dealing with great kids with terrible parents. Right? And that is the
and
hardest.
How do you deal with that?
It's case by case, day by day.
Yeah.
Devin.
Yeah.
Devin is a super instrumental part of everything I have going on because Devin also will intercede and say, I got it, watch out. Because she know I take it home. Let me get this off you. I know you're gonna try to make it, cook it, digest it. But I've always, and I get emotional, give me the chills. And when it comes to how do you intercede versus how do you lead? Right? When I was trying to decide, do I want to intercede in these kids' life or do I want to lead someone to their faith? And God said, man, we can do both.
You can do both, yeah.
Let me know how you want to handle this. And then you paying for a funeral. And then you sitting in court hoping this kid don't get, or they do get found guilty. Or you sitting at a courthouse with two kids that was both in the program at the same time. And they trying to see who you gonna pick. Or
they asking you to pay the bill, LG bill, water bill.
Or your greatest kid gets pregnant. Or are they calling you and saying, look, I'm pregnant, I need to tell my mom. And I'm like, shh. I think tables like this help me navigate those spaces. It really, to have a Marcus to come say, Marcus to come say, he'll come say, bro, you busy? Like, I'm proud of you. I'm gonna call you right back. Okay, cool. I needed that.
And that's all you need.
Lance, I need you to come back to work. I see you. My price went up, but I'm on my way. The price went up, but he be like, but guess what? He like, listen, D, wherever you need me, because at one point he did it for free. So how can I complain about a bigger part? At one point he did it for free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey T, I need to figure this out. D, ain't your battle.
Yeah.
Here, let me make it for it. Ain't your. Here, I got you. We in the car together.
Yeah.
Man, listen. You doing your thing. Don't let nobody derail you. To have people who pour into you and they don't unknowingly, randomly. Hey D, you good?
Yeah.
You bet, hit me back. You know what I mean? Whatever. Woo. And to be invited to a table like this and to hear the people that was here before me. You know, my predecessor, to know the people that sat at this table with Marcus and had these same dialogues, it's almost affirming when I'm about to go on this long ass week tour with these kids. These next 5 days are so pivotal because for some of these kids, it's life and death. Some of these kids they don't have no plan, ever thought about going to college, but I'm about to go to Louisiana.
And they never even left.
They ain't been across the bridge.
Man.
And I know how important it is, and not even just the college tour, the nights where you get a kid that's so vulnerable, says, yeah, Mr. Fleming, I done been shot, but I'm tired. And to hear a kid say they're tired, that's when the child say I'm tired, it sounds different.
Show does.
And you
They ain't even
they're not supposed to be tired.
They ain't even lived yet.
You know what I mean?
They ain't even lived
And
yet.
for a kid to go on a college tour, man, I ain't had no sleep like this in months. One kid asked me, man, can I just stand here and go to sleep? I don't get this kind of sleep at home. I got a mattress, it's air conditioning, and I got to look over my shoulder. Stay here.
Right.
We'll be back.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just have to know where God is putting you, and that in itself is just a certain amount of discernment. I had to learn this. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
Say that again.
You know, just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
Again.
And I think a lot of times, because you have the ability, doesn't necessarily mean that that ability should be utilized at that particular time. You know, because a lot of us, even at this table, we're very equipped to talk to people and show them intellectual, rational reasons why they should do this or what their solution should be. We're all at that in those spaces. At the same time, it may not be for us to say to that person, or maybe we're just not saying it right. I can sit here and tell you all day long about why a person shouldn't use drugs and this, that, and the third, and I can come up with some very good reasons. But somebody who is clean off dope, it's just a totally different thing. And they can say the same things I do. But there's a certain amount of passion behind that voice. And a lot of times we just have to learn, and in your situation, again, when you're talking about kids, when you said good kids with bad parents, the thing about good kids with bad parents is good kids with bad parents sometimes looks like bad kids. You know what I'm saying? Right. Sometimes it looks like bad kids, but you don't know what is going on. Right. And that's where that person who grew up like that comes into play and can say, oh man, I can tell this is his daddy right here. I can tell they're beating this kid or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that comes from
past trauma.
Past traumas. The things that we have that we cried about are now our weapons to use against what Satan's trying to do in somebody else's life.
I'm over here thinking about you, like, you talking to Marcus, y'all only up to the line, like, Marcus, you quit your job. You quit your job, and then you got the others. What about me, Chef? No. You keep talking to him.
You ain't there yet.
We was in there cooking, and he was telling me something. And you have to excuse the language again. I said, he was telling me something. I said, hold on. You need to quit your job, nigga. You need to quit your job. And he was like, for real? I was like, yeah. I said, you have a gift, and you want to utilize that gift, and all this other stuff is getting in the way.
I'm interested. Did he make something, or was the conversation just?
No, it was just a conversation. It didn't have anything to do with food.
Okay.
Where he was at mentally, and from a chef standpoint, when I'm talking to you about culinary arts and food, I'm not listening for technique and technical stuff. I'm listening for passion. The technique and technical aspects I can teach you. But when we're talking about passion,
absolutely,
that's like, listen, and Marcus knows, you can't talk to me for 5 minutes without me talking about food or something to do with culinary arts, because I live for this. I love this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we got to talking, and every time I would see him, he would tell me about what they're doing and this and that. He was like, I said, man, you just quit your job. Right. You know what I mean? And he ain't looked back since.
There's something about chefs. My little cousin, he's the head sous chef for the Detroit Lions. Okay. Like for their front office, right? So he young cat too, like, went off to New York, left. He did his thing, man. Yeah. And he is the most introspective, thinker. If culinary arts wasn't a thing, he'd be a philosopher. The way this boy thinks, and what is that? I wonder what that is. That connection between food preparation and life preparation that just makes you think, y'all are thinking of the ingredients over here, while in life you're like, okay, well, what are the ingredients to make
I
this
see you
best?
like that. I think that's a creative mindset. I think you all are all creatives.
Mhm.
I think it's one area where I've never thrived in. You all have all had to dive into spaces and put stuff together that people probably would never think. Like with y'all music, with the art, the way Lance comes with his alliteration of words and the way his wordplay is crazy. I think that is just that there's a difference between a gift and a talent.
Absolutely.
I think your gift is in alignment with your talent.
Absolutely.
And I think that is where success lies. I think the ability to be able to think beyond a situation or be able to apply your passion and purpose to a situation or lifestyle. Like tell somebody you better get locked up, and I can give you a scenario with food on how you gonna get out of this incarceration, or you dealing with a divorce. I can give you a poem to help you manage through that. Like you better take your gift, apply it to any area of life, and it manifests. And there's some kind of like, oh damn, I ain't think of it like that.
But you the same way too. Everybody around, you know what we all have in common around this table? It's one thing we all have in common that God gave us, especially melanin people. Guess what we are? We are creators. We create shit. And we create dope shit.
For sure.
That is the reason why when you look at, I ain't talking about, when you talk about black people on earth, right, on this earth, African Americans, I'm talking about, I ain't even talking about Africans, y'all. I ain't talking about no Caribbeans, no Jamaicans. I'm talking about African Americans, right? Because of our experience in slavery, we've had to create everything that we have and we've gained. And that's why our culture is the number one culture on the planet. It's all of us. We creators, dog.
You said multifaceted?
It's most consumed.
It is. It's the most
Black
on the
culture is
planet.
most consumed.
Every facet of life.
Bro, have you ever seen
Every facet of life.
Bro, have you ever seen an African trying to act like
Right?
us?
Angela
It's
Lansbury
crazy.
crazy.
You would think we'd be trying to act like them. They trying to act like us.
They popularized it's all from black people.
It's all
There
from us.
would be no
African or
popularized
American
culture
There'd be no culture without us, bro.
Straight up, straight
without
up.
us.
Especially in the cooking world.
African Americans too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I gotta keep saying that. Not African, not from the. And I give them all. They the diaspora. They're the original people. I give them all they. But they don't have the swag we got, bro.
I think when
It's our struggle. It's our pain. It's our.
Right. I think when you're talking about, especially the creative mind, I think what that comes to a lot of times, especially when you're talking about, not necessarily culinary arts, but any art for that matter, every piece of food, every piece of art, every play, everything that I've imputed into people, and I'm talking for all of us, there is a story behind that. I didn't just go into a kitchen and just start creating stuff. Do you know the kind of pain I had for all of this to happen? You know, if you're talking about just the thought processes of a chef, then you're talking about, in most cases, juggling several different things from taste to organization, what everybody else is doing, to presentation, to timing. You're talking about all of those things. But intrinsically, what we're really talking about is a depth of passion that goes far beyond the knowledge. You know what I mean? Every one of us at this table, for lack of a better term, was born to do what we're doing.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? And sometimes, and how many times somebody asks you about your job? Well, how did you know to do that? How did you know to say that? And you go, I don't know, I just did it. Because you were born to do that. And not many people, and that's why I praise God for even this table, not many people are blessed enough to make a career out of the very thing that they were born to do. Because you got people in the work world, regular jobs that are just like, man, if I really wanted to, I should have done,
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
And they could. Yeah, and they could have.
There's a courage
Still
in
can.
following your path.
That's fair.
Actually,
Risk.
risk, like you have to have the courage to actually step out and be like, I'm going to do this because I need to. There's some internal drive in me to do this. I say, like, with me, like, I never had a mentor or nothing with the art stuff. In Louisville, all the old head poets
like, I would ask them. I'm like, can you mentor me? Can you like teach me? No, like they literally was just not on it. I'm doing my own thing. I'm not worried about what you're doing, young man. So I had to like literally just make my own path. I had to host my own shows out of abandoned like warehouses and stuff like that. Like pull up, like like not even getting permission. Going to a lobby, like I'm hosting something. Going to a park with an amp and a microphone, like, hey everybody, this is where the poetry's at. Like I had to learn to do that. I had to not be afraid. I had to like draw to want that. And I think that's one thing you can't teach, man. You cannot teach people to want it. Like they complain about it, they talk about it, but to want it, you can't. I can't teach you that. I can't teach you that.
For the second time, man, I got one more question, man. That's gonna relate to everybody, honestly. What's one thing before you leave this earth that you want your kids, your family to know about you, to I guess resonate, you know what I'm saying, how you were as a man, as a black father, as a black king? Like what's that one thing that we want them to remember us by? Before our time is up.
Mm-hmm. That's a deep question.
Yeah.
I got a quote. You never see a tree eat its own fruit.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that come out of you is for the world to eat off of. I just want my family to know I just want to be a tree. I just want to be a tree that people was able to not only just eat off of, but enjoyed eating from. Right? Everything I did was not for the benefit of Damari and Flynn. It was for those around me to be elevated, and then we can break generational chains, curses, and build generational wealth. I talk about it on my mission statements, every single one of on my social media. We just want to be a generational impact that everything that comes behind us is better. That's it.
I love it. I'm actually going to piggyback off that because spread love, Mr. Spread Love, but it's also my religion, like love. We've been talking about God in different faiths and everything. I don't have one denomination that I'm following, like, right? You see me with some Islamic prayer beads in my hand. Like, love is my God, love is my religion. And when you talk about the tree never eats its own fruit, which is fire, bro. It's a fire quote. You're going to hear the next poem start out like that. But that's definitely what I want to leave. It's like love. And however my kids find, I pray that a lot, that my children find God however they find God. Like, I don't want it to be, like, I'll just pray they find the faith that is inside of me, the knowledge that I know that everything's going to be okay. It don't even matter what's going on right now. It'll all be okay. So when I die, I pray that they know we are instruments of love, creation, agents of creation, and we are to spread that. We are to leave that with other people. Nothing physical, everything emotional, everything spiritual, everything mental. Like, leave good karma with people. I got a theory that, like, you go to heaven or hell based on how you treated people in your living life. So your living memory is either tormented in hell by the people you did wrong and their disdain for you, or it's exalted, celebrated, and you live in the heaven of their memory because you left something positive with them. So that's what I would say.
I mean, I'm gonna echo everything y'all said. Our prime mission on earth that God put us here is to love unconditionally. Every human on earth to love, and that's all I've ever tried to leave on earth is love. I'm a foster child from the projects in Joliet, Illinois. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to have the life that I'm leaving. I'm a statistic, dog. You know what I'm saying? My mom was a teenage mom. You know what I'm saying? That had to give her kids up. And then she came back and got us. And then we lived in the projects. Then she got married. You know what I'm saying? And I got to see what the example of my mom going back. That's how I understand how important education was, because she went back to nursing school. And then after she went back to nursing school, we literally went from being poor to being middle class. We live in an apartment, you bought a car, brand new car. God, I know, damn, we ain't poor no more. Moved to Louisville. Like, so it's just like this just love. I ain't supposed to be here. So I'm just extremely grateful for the life God has given me. So I'm just giving that love back to the world, to my kids, to my family. Anybody that comes in my presence, I want them to feel love. And that's what I want. You know, like they say, when you die, right, your energy still stays here. You know, your body's gone, but your energy is still present. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still feel the spirit of Muhammad Ali. I promise y'all. And he was one of the first people that I met when I moved to Louisville. I moved to Louisville in '89. I didn't know nobody. I was 14 years old, and I was just jogging down the street. Me and this little white dude that I didn't know, he was across the street. He was like, there he is. I'm like, where the fuck he going? Who is? He's running. I'm like, and I just see this large figure coming towards me, right? And I'm just like, who is this? And as it gets closer, it's Muhammad Ali.
That's crazy.
I ran and jumped in his arms. It's like 2 days. I only lived in Louisville for 2 days. I jumped and ran in his arms and jumped up in his arms. I said, what you doing, champ? He's like, get ready for my next fight. You're ready for my... And he put me down and he kept running. At that moment, I was like, I'm in Louisville for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And being in Louisville completely transformed my life. It did. Wow. So I just know,
That's dope.
but that's only because my mom loved me enough to say, I'm going back to school to get my LPN license so I can make some money so my son doesn't have to live in poverty. He can see how great he can be. That was a sacrifice she made for me. That's the ultimate love that my mom gave me. So I feel like my purpose in life is to give that back. That's my whole being, that's my whole origin story. That's it. Y'all just heard my origin story. That's the reason why I live my life.
Fire, bro.
That's the reason why I live my life. When y'all see me out here doing what I do, it's for that, dog.
Yeah.
You know, they
Because
say
my mom did that for
They
me.
say we're the living product of deceased prayers.
Yes.
You ever heard that? Like, even when people died, that prayer still
Yeah.
manifests. So people who went on to glory, prayed over you in that prayer closet, and they still happening.
Yeah. And I'm sorry I went on that long.
Nah.
But the only way I could explain why
Reciprocity, bro.
Because there's a why to the love. You know what I'm saying? And
Reciprocity,
that's the why. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got their Muhammad. You got a Muhammad Ali?
Man, he came and did this little trick. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, you know, that's why he knows that shit. And then when I first started my nonprofit, man, his son was working with me. His son with the U of L with me.
Right, okay.
He's playing baseball at U of L.
Yeah.
You would never think this kid is Muhammad Ali's son.
Never, right.
Never.
Yeah.
He said, man, my mom want to meet you. I said, want to meet who? My mom want to meet you. I'm like, all right. He said, she's right here. Walked around the court. We said, University of Louisville. We said, U of L went around there. She said, I am so proud of you.
Wow.
So you're going to do great things. She said, you are standing on the back of my shoulders shoulders to my husband. I said, I'll never let you do it. She said, you couldn't if you wanted to. You're not even big enough to mess up God's plans for yourself. I was in college. Sowing seeds of faith was just a thought.
Yeah.
I was talking about it, tutoring, and she's like, you're going to be all right.
Nah, that's awesome.
Man.
God's work.
And I'm talking about Lonnie Ali. So it wasn't even. I didn't get to have that kind of encounter with Muhammad Ali at that stage in my life. He was already pretty.
Yeah.
But she came to me and was like, "Man, you stand on shoulders to my husband."
And she sold that into you.
She meant that.
Awesome. Wow.
I think my little brother is Muhammad Ali's son, but keep going. We'll talk about that later. That's some lore in my family.
I got one like that too.
Yeah, right?
I got one like that.
Hey, bro. My mama, bro.
How much time we got?
You're right.
You look like my dad.
I swear to God.
Listen, I got you. We'll talk.
All right, man.
I guess mine would be, for the most part, echoing what everyone else is saying to a degree. I think I want to always make sure that my kids show two things. One being with everybody that they meet, that person feel the love of God. I don't care what the circumstance is, if they're mad, angry, whatever, but they need to, especially with strangers, they need to feel the love of God. And then the second part of that is just always be the encourager in the room. I'm just crazy enough to believe everybody can do everything. You know what I mean? And you tell me something you've been thinking about, I'm going to start cheerleading.
Right.
immediately. Just, man, I was thinking, man, you know I'll do that, man.
Yeah.
Man, I know a dude. Let me get him on the phone with you real quick. You know what I mean? I'm just like that because I love to see people do, you know, better than they expected, better than they ever dreamed. I just love that. And I think that's part of the reason our business has been as blessed as it is, you know, because we don't look at success the same way everyone else does. I look at success in a way that, how are my people doing? You know, are my people successful? Are the people that I'm talking to, the people I'm associated, are they successful? That's kind of how I look at it. But more than anything else, I always want my kids to have that feeling where when somebody sees you, then they'll be like, oh, man, Trey's here. Thank God Trey's here. Tia's here. Thank God Tia's here. Because, and I'm going to take this from a sermon. In life, we are called to be thermostats and not thermometers. A thermometer takes the temperature in a room and becomes that temperature. Thermostat changes the temperature, changes the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So when you walk in a room, you know, I always want it to be like, Mike's here. Everything's gonna be all right. Even if I never even say anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's how it was with those who knew and loved Jesus. You know what I mean? When he walked in the room, it's like, oh shoot, we about to get some wine. Oh shoot, you know, he's about to heal my brother. Oh shoot. Just him being in the room just makes me, because y'all, you know, I don't know if y'all have anybody, you know, grandmother or somebody, when you just around them, they just make it feel like everything is gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I always encourage my kids. I don't want them to ever be the center of controversy, the center of drama. They are the ones that come into the room and set it the way it should be. And that's what I want to leave.
Not bad. I would say for me, I'm living for my kids right now. I'm living to break generational curses and build something great for them. You know, even when it comes to business and in the house and, you know, just everything in life, just finances. I'm living for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm really just trying to, when I leave this earth, I want them to be like, man, my dad was, you know, a loving, you know, black man. He never gave up on us. You know, and I'm honestly, man, just really the never giving up is significant to me. And what I mean by that is, like, man, I fight for my kids every day. Like, y'all don't know this, man, but I got court tomorrow at 12. Like, I'll be downtown. I gotta fight for my kids again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm 39 years old. I just turned 39 on Thursday. I'm tired, but I got a commitment to them. Like, I can't give up on y'all. I brought y'all here. I told myself, I told God, I told everybody around me, I'm never gonna give up on y'all. I'm not gonna be that black man be like, oh, you know, is what it is. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, me never giving up and me breaking this, you know, generational curse and being there for them is, man, it's like that's my heart.
What do you do when quitting is an option?
What do you do when quitting is an option?
You win.
Say that again.
What do you do when quitting is not an option? You win. My mother told me I started a business that I cannot quit. You can't quit. See, too many people depend on you now. And you made this bed.
But it ain't a business, it's a purpose.
It's a life.
Come on,
It's a
for sure.
purpose.
It's
It's
not
not
your
a
business.
business.
For
It's a
sure.
purpose.
You know?
Yeah.
Last thing you think about is money.
Yeah, absolutely.
You do this for free. But you would though, Rob. It's just who
Hey.
you are.
Hey, my favorite quote, and I think I actually made this quote up. Honestly, I ain't never heard nobody else say it. Follow your passion, not a paycheck.
Yeah.
Follow your passion, not a paycheck.
Follow your passion, not a paycheck.
Yeah.
I've heard the thermostat before. I've never heard I've somebody told me that. One of my students told me that. The thermostat and thermometer, the purpose and paycheck. My dad said that if you chase paper, you will always miss your purpose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you chase purpose,
Absolutely.
always gonna get the paper.
You always,
Absolutely.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
My,
You know
daddy,
how- you
my
know-
daddy's in the streets though.
You know how I know that that's true?
The street, the street. So he said it because he never did it. He said, I'm telling you that because I chose the streets and I've never had any satisfaction. I've never had no fulfillment. I had all the money, all the cars, all the thing, and I'm empty as hell at 60.
You know, and I think with the success of our business, I've never really thought about money, but I'm going to use two examples from the sports world. Kobe and Shaq won a championship. I want to say it was their second one on a Sunday. Monday morning, Kobe was in the gym. Why? You're a millionaire.
You just want
and you just won the championship. It's because, and I live by this, it's because Kobe Bryant was never motivated. He was disciplined. He was never motivated. Because people that, and I tell people this all the time, you should never be motivated by your haters. You know why? What if they start liking you?
Yeah.
Then what you
It's gonna
got?
motivate you.
Man, I got something to say about that, man.
Because see, this is the thing. Your motivation. This is the thing. Your motivation. Listen, your motivation can never be what someone else thinks or something like that, because all those things are temporary. The discipline. You know what discipline says? Every Monday morning, I'm up at 7. You know why? Because between 7 and 8, I'm working on menus. I'm working on products, and a lot of times I'll get up before that if I'm wanting to work on a new recipe. At 8:15, my assistant calls. We have a 45-minute call, and she goes over all the things that we need to do that week. And then I go back to whatever I was doing. At 11, I generally have my first meeting or my first walkthrough or what have you. You know what happens the next Monday? 7 o'clock, I'm up, working on menus. I don't care what happened the day before. I don't care if I had the worst wedding, the best wedding. None of that matters. I have had, and I'll be very honest, Louisville, because Louisville is so small, everyone thinks that they have to compete with everybody. Like there's a certain amount of customers, and if you take 6 of these, that's 6 of them that we can't get. That is not how this works.
Yeah, I swear it's not.
You know, that is not how that works. So I've had some chefs say some things. You know what I mean? I never respond because it doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because I'm going to do what I have to do regardless of what you say. And because I'm going to do that, I had one that about 6 months after he said something online about me, he wanted to come work for me. You know what I said? Sure. Absolutely. You sure can. Because that was worse for him than me ever to say anything.
That humbled hell out.
You know what I mean? But I don't mind. I don't care. I don't care about all that stuff. Because for me, first and foremost, and the reason I'm saying all this is because our actions should never be based on other people, what other people do. Because you know why I'm talking about that? Because of him. You know what he said earlier? And it hurt my heart. He said, and when I was young, I was trying to get help in this. And none of these artists none of these people wanted to help me. And a lot of that is because they was like, shoot, if I help him get better, he gonna take stuff from me.
Take my spot.
That is not how this works.
Right.
I'm gonna take it. So I'm trying to
Listen,
let you pick.
we were going to do it this fall, but we're going to actually plan it for March. We're having a summit for chefs and caterers in Kentucky. We're going to train them on everything from taxes to techniques, how to manage your people, all of these things. Somebody asked me, why would you be training chefs and caterers in your own town to get better? 1, because I want everybody to get better. 2, I know I'll be blessed for it. 3, at the end of the day, they still can't do what I do because I'm training them to create their own lanes. Discipline. Motivation is cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool. But the discipline is what gets you. You know what I'm saying?
And then another thing that I want to speak to, right? It ain't nothing like legacy, is it? It's nothing like it. Like can I tell you the greatest joy of doing what I do? It's the return I get from the kids after they leave the program. The stuff my babies
Yeah.
say to me, and I don't have any biological daughters, but I promise you, I got many daughters though.
Same.
I got daughters, yo.
Same.
I got daughters, I got nieces. Like I got one brother, right? He ain't got no kids, but I still got nieces though. The greatest joy out of this work that we do is when it comes back to, these kids send me text, dog, and it's similar to my sons. I cry. T, I'm at college. Thank you. I love you. I'm just checking on you. You checking on me? That is the, and that's how you know when you are in your purpose.
Yeah, straight up.
And that's legacy, right? And that stuff that will live on. I could die tomorrow. Those kids, whether they biological or not, they'll be telling the stories to their kids about how we were in their lives, right? And how we impacted their lives and changed the course of their lives. You get what I'm saying?
100.
That's it ain't the money, it ain't the team made, it ain't the goals we accomplished, it ain't the success we have, it ain't the fact that I ain't gotta work no 9 to 5, and I love the fact of that. But it's about what I know that God has allowed me to do in the lives I've been able to change, and how that love comes back to me. You know what I'm saying? And then with this, like, I'm 51, right? You 55. How old is there? Because I gotta leave this at the table.
37.
How old are you, Mark?
39. Yeah.
So this for y'all who ain't hit 50 yet. And tell me if you don't agree with me. I'm 51, but I'm really 25. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm in the prime of my life. As far as financial, job, marriage, wisdom, knowledge, where I want to be at in the next 5 years, health. I'm the healthiest I've ever been in my adult life.
We talked about
Healthy,
it.
yeah. I'm the healthiest I've ever been in my adult life, y'all. I ain't on no medications, none. And I was on high blood pressure medicine. I was pre-diabetic. You know what I'm saying? I was all of that.
You've lost weight since I saw
And
you.
and I'm because I had to change my lifestyle. But that's why I'm saying this to y'all. I'm 51, but I'm really 25. Even creatively, right? A lot of people don't know this about me, right? My root talent is that I'm a writer. I'm a songwriter. I'm a storyteller. That's my root talent.
Wow.
That's why when you hear the kids' songs, you be like, hey, that's my root talent. I can write some hits. There's only one dude in Louisville that I write, but that was Static Major. Can't nobody else.
We was in choir
I promise you. I will put that on anything. As far as a songwriter, can't nobody mess with me but Static Major. That's it. That's it. But even creatively, this is the point I make. Even creatively, the songs that I'm writing, I'm creating better than any material I've ever written in my life. So I'm just encouraging y'all that ain't got to 50 yet. You gonna be in your prime once you hit this age of 50, because it's so many obstacles we got to deal with in our 20s and 30s and even 40s, like racism, prejudices, redlining, just people looking at you like a YN. You a young nigga. People don't want to help you because you young, you know what I'm saying? People don't want you to take their spot, and just you not really knowing who you are yet too. You get what I'm saying? When you at this age of 50, you know who you are. All those obstacles, for the most part, are gone, ain't they? Because even cops don't fuck with you no more. I don't know why, y'all, but they don't do that. They cops do not fuck with me. I promise y'all, at 50, cops do not fuck with me like they did when I was even 30. They just don't. They, for the most part, they look at me and they respect. They're like, hey, Antonio, you know what I'm saying? It's just different at this age. It's just, because, and I believe what it is, y'all, again, all those obstacles are gone and you truly know who you are and you know what your purpose is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Nyree Clayton Taylor that I'm not speaking to. My wife helped me find my purpose. You know what I'm saying? She did. My wife retired me. You get what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna let, hey, God gonna decide that. But it's gonna happen, right? Because what did I say? I miss my best friend.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just encouraging y'all that, and you know, right? When you hit this age of 50, dog, and you get here, and I'll even say like the late 40s, like 45 and on, because that's kind of when I really started hitting it, where I started to see that switch hit.
Yeah.
But it was really when I turned 50, though.
Yeah.
Like I'm living my best life ever. Seriously, y'all.
Yeah.
At 51. I'm 51, but I'm really 25
I like
in my
that.
prime.
That's
really
amazing. That's amazing. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. Like I said in the beginning of the show, the kings of this table, man. Like, I watch y'all from afar. I watch y'all from my closeness. I appreciate y'all. I look up to y'all. Hey, man, like I'm humble. I'm humble. And I mean that from the bottom of my
So
heart.
mutual, bro.
Yeah.
I mean that. I mean
Thank you for
that.
this space, man.
Thank you for holding the
Oh,
space.
Thank you, Chef
Thank you, Chef Shay.
That potato.
I got a run for an hour.
You got my tail back right there?
I got to run.